What's up, nerds? Welcome back. You know how much we love talking about comic books here, and I usually just talk about like mainstream stuff, but that's not the only thing I enjoy. I enjoy a lot of independent comics too, and I just recently got one that's the next chapter in a book that I've talked about here on my channel. I've even interviewed the creator here. So what I wanted to do today was talk about all the stuff that I just got with Airith Saga Tape 2, The Virginity. So yeah, as I mentioned, I have had the creator for this particular comic on my channel before, and if you've ever enjoyed being in any of my live stream, just watching me talk about whatever the hell comes to mind, you have him to thank. I literally only started streaming because he wanted me to stream so he could come on my channel to talk to me about his comic. That's the only reason why I started. I hadn't really planned on ever getting into it, but once he asked me, I was like, you know what? Sure, why not? Why not take a crack at it? And I ended up really enjoying it. So like I said, if you've ever enjoyed any of my live streams, you have him to thank for that. He's the only reason why I started doing it. But anyway, yeah, we're going to be looking at this, and I'm going to show you the box once again because it has this amazing tape design. If you've seen that pink box back there, that's the first one. So I'm going to have to find a spot of prominence for this one near that one. And if you can tell, it's empty because I was going to do this as an unboxing video, but just like a kid on Christmas or a virgin at prom, I just couldn't wait. So I opened everything up, and I already have all the stuff kind of like sitting in front of me. So I'm just going to kind of show you everything that came with it so that you know why it is that people like myself love supporting independent creators, because you don't just get the books, you get a whole bunch of other stuff too that's really fun. So let's kind of look at some of what we have here. I'm going to start out light. I'm going to start out with this sticker, the double rainbow death punch. And I starting with this one, I say I'm starting light because I actually have this exact same sticker. It's on my laptop right now, so I'm probably going to find a spot for this one as well. And then keeping with that same theme, there's also a patch for it, which I love. I've been getting more and more into like patches for my shit, so I'm actually really happy that he sent this with it too. So let's kind of look at some more of the stuff. There are these other stickers as well with the characters in like chibi form. Very cute. So I'm gonna have to find spots for all of them as well. And then we also have the lenticular card. Let me see if I can actually get y'all to see like that whole, yeah, you can kind of see like the whole range of motion. Not bad, right? Yeah, I know. So, and then we also got this. I thought this was actually really cool. It's like an old school Polaroid, but it's the two characters. It's Rafa and Aerith, and it just says XOXO Aerith. So I'm also going to have to find a spot for this. I don't even know where I'm going to put this, but I'm going to have to probably find like a little frame or something to put it in. And then there's also a car air freshener, which I thought was just a really lovely little touch. Like, I don't think I've ever had one of these come in like a campaign before, so when I saw it, I was like, nice. And it's watermelon scented, so hey, if you like watermelon scent, there's a score right there. And then this has to be, I think, probably one of the coolest things that came with it. It's actually a reproduction of like a Nintendo cartridge. Like, obviously, it's not a real game. As you can see, there's no, like, chip in there. So, obviously, this is not playable. It's just, you know, decorations for effect. But how cool is that? Like, he had this whole label made up, had this, like, whole reproduction made, and it just looks so cool. It takes me back to being a kid. I kind of wish that it was a game, so that way I could actually play this shit. I would play the shit out of this. But, well, you know, we can always dream or whatever. Who knows? Maybe someday. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's all of that stuff. And then there's also, of course, a pin. We have to have, well, button, I guess, really. Some people call them pins. Some people call them buttons. I call them buttons. And then we have another thing that's becoming more and more popular is acrylic standees. And that's exactly what we have here. One of Aerith. And like I said, I just couldn't resist. I had to take everything out, put it together, and just have it standing there. So it's been on my desk, and that's probably where it's going to stay. I'm just going to have to find a better spot for her than just among the crap. So I'm going to have to find a spot of prominence for her as well. And then, of course, like I said, this is about comics. Like, this is an independent comic campaign, so we're going to actually look at the comics themselves. So we have the main comic here. This is Airith Tape 2, issue number 2. If you've seen any of my older videos, you've seen me talk about the first issue of this, and I had such a fun time with this. And when Brian saw my video, like, that's his name, whenever he saw my video, like, he could just tell, like, I really loved what he did with this book, where it was coming from, like the world that he already kind of fleshed out and everything. So I can't wait to see what's in this one. I haven't read it just yet because I've been reading through all of the other crap that I do for like my reviews. So I'm going to end up reading this one probably tonight And then also there's a supplemental, there's a backup story of Todd Boy and Mox. Like, look at this amazing artwork. Come on now. This shit is incredible. So I cannot wait to dive into both of these. I can already tell. I already know I'm going to love them. So I may have a little bit of a biased opinion, but I don't care. It's such a good story, and I really do love this campaign. And this is actually not his last one. He has another one coming up. If you haven't signed up for it, I will put a link for it down below so you can go sign up, so you can get into it. It's not going to be from this. It's actually a different property called Dwarfs versus Lion. So you're going to want to get on that too, because everything, I mean, as I've just showed you, the kind of stuff you get from independent creators, especially from Brian, like, this shit is amazing. Like, he's an incredible guy. He's really cool, very laid back, and like I said, inspired me to start doing live streams. So he kind of helped me elevate my channel, and just so that we could talk about comics. So I'm going to have him back on the channel soon enough. Probably once I've actually read this, I'll sit down with him so we can actually talk about this again and just kind of talk about the ongoing story, and then we can also get into a little bit, you know, what it is he's going to be doing with his next campaign. But I just needed to show everybody all of this stuff because a huge amount of appreciation for him. Like, the guy works hard. He was been sick recently, so I mean, the fact that he was able to still knock all of this out, just incredible. I'm amazed. I really am. So I have to say thank you to him. I really do mean it. I'm totally grateful that you sent me all of this stuff. Like, this is so cool. Cannot wait to dive into it. And yes, sir, we will be having you back on the channel. So be looking forward to that, guys. Like I said, once I actually read this, which will probably be tonight, so I'll see how busy he is, and then we'll see when we can get him back on one of my live streams, because I know I actually haven't been live streaming for a hot minute, but I'm going to get back on that. I know I need to. It's just there's so many things up in the air recently that I haven't had the time to actually sit down and do damn streams, you know, at an appropriate time. Then again, there are a lot of insomniacs like myself out there who just doesn't really matter what time it is. If someone's streaming, they'll watch it. So I appreciate y'all for that, for being as weird as I am. But I think that's about all I can say here. This is a little bit of a shorter video than I normally do. Like I said, I didn't really have the book to review. I just kind of wanted to go through all of the stuff that came with it. So that way, you know, if you've ever wondered, like, why do people support independent campaigns? Should I support independent campaigns? The answer is yes to both. But no, the reason that we support them so much and so fervently is because it's amazing when you get to actually get live updates from creators as far as like where the book is at, when it's actually being shipped out to you, so that way you know when it's coming, and when you have at least a little bit of an idea of the stuff that's going to be coming with it. I mean, it just kind of makes you all that much more excited. You know what I mean? It's almost kind of like, you know, buying DC Comics and they send you like t-shirts and shit with it too. You know what I mean? That would be really nice if they did stuff like that. But they don't. So the only place you're going to find stuff like that is from independent creators. And that is absolutely why you should be supporting them more and more often. I try to do it as much as I possibly can. I can't support everybody as much as I want to. I wish I could do more. But who knows? Maybe one of these days, maybe if I really blow up and I'm able to make all of that sweet YouTube money, I will eventually be backing pretty much everybody that I possibly can. That is the goal. That is the dream. Let's hope that we actually get there. So I think that's going to do it for me on this video. I hope that you guys had fun looking through all of this stuff with me. Go and support independent creators. Visit the link I'm going to put down in the description. Definitely do that. And then just go through and look through some more comics. Find independent creators. Especially, yes, I'll go ahead and say it, especially Comicsgate creators. They're some of the coolest people around. They put everything they have into their campaigns, regardless of what any haters may say about it. They put a lot of effort into their campaigns. And when you actually get the stuff, I mean, it seals the deal, at least for me. When I actually get the stuff in and I'm able to look at all of the amazing stuff and see that, yeah, all of that patience, it really pays off. I mean, there's nothing that compares to it. So definitely get on to supporting more independent creators. Yeah, you can still buy the mainstream stuff. Y'all know that I do. I do plenty of it. But definitely get into more of the independent sphere. We need to help support these people so that way we can actually build something else, you know, another alternative. There are a lot of comic book companies, but there are a lot more independent creators. So let's try and show them support, show them some love, the way that they show us love whenever we actually get the products in. But yeah, I think I've rambled on long enough here. So that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you have the notification bell hit so you know when I have new content out. Make sure you're sharing the video because you know I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And if you're done here, then go and read a book, especially something independent. And if not, then I'll see you on my next video.